Hi everyone, and welcome to another Fact of the Day. I'm sorry I've not been able to do as many as normal recently, just not at the time, sadly. But I'm trying my best to get a few of them done for you. But just a quick one today because we've been doing decimals for maths. This kind of occurred to me to maybe show you a bit of this. What do the following words have in common? We've got decimal, December, decathlon, decade, decalogue, and decahedron. Have a look, pause. What do they all have in common? Well, yeah, they all start with this. This can be called a prefix. Prefix is just basically something that can be thrown in front of a word to change its meaning. For example, a and n, making un. You could put that in front of the word happy to make unhappy. So that un part is known as a prefix. Skilled, you could put unskilled, meaning not skilled, for example. So um, usually prefixes have a meaning, like un kind of means not, like I said. Trained, meaning you're trained. Untrained means you're not trained. So what do you think this would mean? Let's have a look at these words. What do you think the DEC, the deck part, means in front of them? I should note that not all words with DEC mean this, but these do. The common thing is it means 10. It means 10. So let's have a look. Decimal, call them decimals because we break the numbers up into 10 pieces. So the number 1, we break it into 10. And then we've got our, excuse me, decimals. I'll leave December for now. I'll explain that in a minute. Decathlon is something you would get in sports. If I said, how many different events do you have in a decathlon? If you didn't know this, you would be like, oh, I know that the DEC at the start means 10, so it means 10. There are 10 events in the decathlon. So if you are a decathlete, you would be an athlete that does 10 events. You get points for each one, like the shot put, hurdles, or sprinting. And whoever gets the most points after doing all 10 different events, whoever gets the most points at the end wins. You get them in the Olympics. I think it's the men do the decathlon with the 10 events, and the women do what's called the heptathlon, which is and the hep part means 7. So they do 7 events. So there you go. A decade. You might know what a decade is. If I said how many years in a decade, you'd be like, oh, DEC, the decade. Right, that's 10. 10 years in a decade. The Decalogue is actually just another word for the 10 commandments in the Bible. So there you go. And a decahedron. Now, hedron means kind of faces. So if I said, how many faces does the shape a decahedron have? You would be able to guess, just based on your knowledge of this prefix, this DEC, that it has 10 faces. Now, you're probably thinking about December. Right, so 10th month. Well, hang on a minute, it's not the 10th month, Mr. McCarthy, it's the 12th month. But the reason it's called December, the 10th month, is because it used to be the 10th month. And we get the word December from the ancient Romans, who had this, the Roman Empire. Now, this is a map of mainly Europe, and you've got some bits of Africa down here. Now, this here is Italy. The capital of Italy is Rome, which is about here somewhere, roughly about here. And so people from there, soldiers and rulers and emperors, were known as the Romans, and they actually started conquering most of Europe. You can see all the red areas here. It's the area that they conquered, called the Roman Empire. They were in charge of it all. So they came over here and they conquered France. They came over here and they conquered Spain. They came over here and they conquered England. Didn't quite get as far up as us. Some they did, but they didn't quite conquer us. It's just a bit too wild and remote up here in the Highlands. And all these countries here, they conquered parts of northern Africa here, um, which was amazing. So very powerful empire, and a lot of these countries took on parts of their language. For example, the months of the year, December. Now the Romans only had 10 months in their calendar, starting with March. So for the Romans, December was the 10th month. And if you think about it, October, now that part there, octopus, 8 legs, oct means 8. Like an octahedron, we were looking at the shape, would have how many faces on the shape? An octahedron? 8 faces. October, 8th month. Not for us, it's the 10th month for us, but for the Romans, where we got October from, it was the 8th month. They didn't have January or February. But unfortunately, their calendar was a little bit out. It was a bit wrong, all based on how long the Earth takes to go around the sun, etc. And the more time went on, the more and more wrong it got. So a couple of months got added in, and we actually changed our calendar completely eventually. So now it's all correct. So there you go for the Romans. Where our months, the names of our months sort of come from. The December was the 10th month. They only had 10 months. So there you go. That's just a little bit about some words for you. See if you can find any more for yourself, or maybe find out a bit more about the Roman Empire, because it's very, very cool stuff. Okay then, just a quick one for you today, and we'll see you soon. Bye.